Poison in the Dock, Episode 1, The Rugeley Poisoner. Welcome to Pete's World of Poisonous Plants, the channel where history, myth and toxicology all meet with a darkly humorous twist. If you like tales of murder, medicine and mystery, you're in the right place. This video is part of a brand new series, Poison in the Dock, Victorian Killers Unmasked, where we uncover the most notorious poisoners of the 19th century and the court cases that made history. Episode 1 takes us to Rugeley, Staffordshire, and to the notorious Dr. William Palmer, remembered forever as the Rugeley Poisoner. He was a respected physician, but also a gambler drowning in debt, and a man who discovered that murder could be profitable. His chosen weapon was strychnine, a deadly toxin extracted from the seeds of the Strychnos nux vomica tree. Strychnine works in a truly horrific way. It seizes the nervous system, causing convulsions so violent that victims bend backwards like drawn bows, their jaws lock tight, and death comes from sheer exhaustion or suffocation. In tiny doses, it was once used as a stimulant in Victorian medicine. In Palmer's hands, it became his silent killer. But why would a doctor, sworn to heal, turn to poison? The answer is money. Palmer was addicted to horse racing. He borrowed recklessly, lost catastrophically, and soon owed more than he could ever repay. His solution was chilling. He ensured the lives of those around him, and when their sudden deaths occurred, he collected the payouts. His wife Anne, his children, his brother Walter, even his mother-in-law, all died under suspicious circumstances. The death that sealed his fate happened in November 1855. Palmer's friend, the wealthy horse owner John Parsons Cook, had just won heavily at the Shrewsbury races. Cook celebrated in style at the Talbot Arms in Rugeley, with Palmer close by. Within hours, Cook was violently ill, his body racked with spasms and agony. Palmer, ever the caring doctor, prepared his medicines. In reality, he was slipping strychnine into Cook's brandy. Cook died a few days later in agony. Suspicion followed quickly. Palmer had been seen buying strychnine from chemists. He owed Cook large sums, and most damning of all, he tried to rush Cook's burial and even attempted to interfere with the post-mortem. He bribed the coroner's assistant and tampered with the stomach samples. But despite these efforts, enough evidence survived to raise alarm. The trial at the Old Bailey in May 1856 became a sensation. Reporters flocked to London, the public filled the galleries, and Palmer was branded the Prince of Poisoners. The prosecution argued that Palmer had murdered Cook with strychnine to steal his winnings and erase his debts. Toxicologists admitted they could not prove strychnine chemically. Detection methods were crude. But Cook's symptoms, described by eyewitnesses, were unmistakable. The violent convulsions, the locked jaw, the sudden death. The circumstantial evidence was overwhelming. Palmer's debts, his life insurance scams, his pattern of suspicious deaths, his purchases of poison, and his desperate attempts to tamper with the corpse. The defense clung to the idea that Cook had died of tetanus, but the jury was unconvinced. After just 1 hour of deliberation, they returned their verdict: guilty. The judge donned the black cap and sentenced Dr. William Palmer to death. On 14th June 1856, Palmer was hanged at Stafford Jail. An estimated 30,000 people came to witness his execution. His final words as the trapdoor opened were reported as, "Cook did not die of strychnine." But history and the jury thought otherwise. Palmer's case left a deep scar on Victorian society. It exposed the dangers of easy access to deadly poisons, highlighted the weaknesses of forensic science at the time, and proved that even a trusted doctor could be a cold-blooded killer. So that was episode 1 of Poison in the Dock. Victorian Killers Unmasked, the tale of Dr. William Palmer, the Rugeley Poisoner. If you enjoyed this dive into crime, courtrooms and toxicology, give this video a like, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Pete's World of Poisonous Plants for episode 2, when another Victorian poisoner steps into the dock. Because in the 19th century, the courtroom wasn't just about law. It was about poison, power, and the deadly plants that tipped the scales.